rich persons. There's so many rich people are there in this world. I know everyone, but nobody is happy. Almost for like 10 years, I was asking this question at our temple to the guests. Are you really happy? Are you really happy? Nobody was telling I'm happy. That means is my question wrong or people are really not happy? There is a problem. And later on, I understood that question is not wrong. Question is right only. Now, how we understood that question is right? Because Krishna is telling in Gita. Janma Muttu Jaravadi Dukkha Doshana Darshana. Krishna is telling, Arey, this place is misery. Because there is birth, death, old age, disease. And in between, there is so much chaos, chaotic conditions, chaotic situations, circumstances, difficult circumstances. Now, Arjuna is wanted to give up that also. Please understand this. Prabhupada is bringing a very beautiful aspect for us to discuss here. Arjuna is even giving that also. But still he is not happy. Bharatavaja gave up everything. Still he got connected to a deer. He had to take a deer life. He gave up everything. He's a son of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Rishabdev. This is an incarnation of the Lord. Now that person who gave up everything, still he's having a problem. On the other side, Rahugan Maharaj, he has unlimited wealth. There's so many people to press his legs. He has so many people to press his shoulders. He can lead a comfortable life. He has everything. You name it, he has everything. But still he is not happy. How? The moment he met Jadabharat, he told him, not happy. That means not now. Previously also money is not giving satisfaction. Please understand this. No, money is required for maintenance. Who doesn't want money? It is required. It is required to maintain our body, maintain everything. We should go to hospital. Who will take care of that? We have to pay the bills, na? Right? You have to pay for the insurance. You have to pay for that, this. Few things, right? Especially in America, you should maintain that. Car insurance, life insurance, health insurance, this insurance, that insurance. You have to maintain home insurance, rental insurance. Everything has to be maintained. I'm talking about that. What I'm talking is that the core root money doesn't give happiness. Please understand this. If that would have been given happiness, then nobody will die in this world. Everyone will be happy. Your people who have money, they will not suicide. Why are they suiciding? Because of this. Because they think that money is giving happiness, but it doesn't give happiness. For sure. Money is not in the right state. For sure. When those things are not manifesting in right way, dear devotees, the heart will not respond in the right way. Please understand. Arjuna has a relationship with Krishna. Likewise, every jiva in this world has a relationship with Krishna. The jiva has forgotten the relationship. That's why he has these 4 defects. Making mistakes, cheating propensity, to be illusion, imperfections. These 4 defects are there. Very important. Why? Because the connection is gone. For example, I'm using a tab now. If the battery is gone, then I can't speak. I can't see. I can't connect to the Zoom call. So before the call joins, I have to see that that have enough charging. Otherwise, I have to put the external power to connect. Just to speak something, we need this connection. You have a eternal relationship with the Lord. That's a fact, actually. This tab to work, we want something extra power has to be there. For we to work, dear devotees, don't we require power? Don't we require energy? Don't we require strength? We require everything, actually. How is it that Jiva is missing this? This is the important aspect we need to understand. How is the Jiva missing this aspect? Very important aspect. Why is the Jiva always thinking that I can do independent? Why is the Jiva thinking like this? This is the question which we need to ask. Arjuna was also thinking independently. He was put into grief. Or Acharya say that it's an arrangement of the Lord, but it's a perfect placeholder for every one of us to understand this on a deeper level, to contemplate more, to internalize. See, knowledge can be perceived, dear devotees. For example, there are different speakers where we can perceive the knowledge. But the thing is, if that relationship is not established, then the knowledge will not give that realized knowledge. Because only through realized knowledge we go one step further. Simple. Don't we know that Duryodhana or Dhritarashtra, they know the science of Krishna consciousness? They know, but they don't want to accept it. They don't want to come to that state. They don't want to come to that state of acceptance. They don't want to come to that state of surrender. They don't want to submit to the Lord. Why? Because thousands of other reasons. Just like a conditioned soul is covered up. You see, if we, like you remember last week we discussed about this, right? You see, in India, so many people know, oh, we are not this body, but a powerful spirit soul. Everyone knows. But can they apply that teaching in their life? It's debatable. 99.99% they cannot. Because they don't know how to apply that. That means theory can be known, but practicality has to be given by the acharyas. Has to be given by pure soul, by the spiritual masters to us. If they give us that practicality, then only we can apply. Because we have to see that example. If we don't see that example, then that manifestation will not happen in our consciousness. Because if that manifestation is not happening in our consciousness, then everything will become dry. The process becomes dry. Because we will just see. You remember yesterday also we were discussing about this, right? Kubja was in a difficult state. But still she made an offering to the Lord. Because she had the desire to have a relationship with the Lord in her previous life only. Supanaka, she had the desire to marry the Lord, but that was not possible. But that even though she left, but the desire continued. And the Lord ensured that that desire is fulfilled later. Lord is ready to give everything. It all depends on what kind of desire we are cultivating. Because that desire has to be cultivated with the right attitude and right consciousness. Because the jiva is always in a difficult state. Do you know what is? Is it easy to be illusion, cheating propensity, making mistakes, imperfections? It's a difficult state. It's not an easy state. That means if a sadhaka has those things in the consciousness, then the perception of the truth will not be done. That means the sadhaka has to completely beg for mercy. Just like a beggar who is not eating since 5 days. And then a devotee comes. And then he sees that beggar. And then he says, take this khichdi prasad. This is Maha. She's offered to Shishi Radha Vrindavan Chandra. Please take it. Please honor it. And then he would accept. He's not worried. He's not thinking whether this is prasad or something else. What is the first thing? His stomach has to be satisfied. Will he ask, Oh, have you added salt in this? Have you added spices? Have you added this? Have you added that? Is it too spicy or is it too hot, too cold? He's not asking any of those questions. Because he's hungry. He's depending. He's utterly depending. He has no other go-to. Just like Arjuna, chapter 1, utterly dependent. He has no other place already to go. He has nowhere to go. He has no other option also. Actually, not having any other options to learn the science of Krishna consciousness is the greatest shelter. We shouldn't have any other options. All the options have to be closed. Then we hear the truth to the best of the ability, to the core of the. Otherwise, what happens is the mind will deviate there. Mind will tell, okay, do this later, do that later. You can finish your rounds later. That's okay. If you do not get up today in the morning, that's okay. If you do not go to Mangalarti today, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It will tell because we have so many other things now. But when all those things are covered up, only one thing is there. व्यवसायत्मक बोलते हैं एक है कुरुनंद बहुशाखानंतस्य बुद्धेयो ईशायिनाम. That one thing, one pointed focus which is established here, devotees. When we understand that, oh, it's a great shelter for us. The sadhakas, we should always anchor for them. Likewise, a beggar, she was not asking anything. He just ate. He was fully satisfied by honoring him. He has no questions, he has no complaints, he has nothing. This we have to establish. If this consciousness is established, then what happens to this? Then we are fixed up in that. Then these 4 defects will be removed by their mercy. Again, dear devotees, when we feel that it is coming through our mercy, again 4 defects will come. For example, if I think that the pride is reducing, or the lust, greed, anger, envy, they're reducing. The moment we think that, oh, it's through my endeavors, it's through my efforts, it's through my getting up in the morning, it's through my chanting, it's through my Mangalarti, it's through my reading, it's through my this, it's through my that, it's happening. If you begin to think like that, then again those things will come and sit in our consciousness. They again come. This is the problem. That means up until we fully submit ourselves to their words, to their teachings, to their instructions. Manasa deha geha jo kichunu. Arpulato pade Nanda Kishora. Oh my dear Lord, Nanda Kishora, I want to submit. Everything belongs to you. Nothing belongs to me. I'm just a placeholder here. Now, we cannot say like this. For example, if we have 10 crores, oh, everything belongs to you, my dear Lord. Nothing belongs to me. Then we are using all the 10 crores for ourselves. That's not the right way. Whom are we cheating in this world? I always ask this question to myself. Who am I? Who am I cheating in here? Where am I heading? In which direction am I heading? Whom can I cheat in this world? Can I cheat the Lord who's sitting in the heart? Can I cheat the spiritual master who's giving selfless love? Can I cheat the Acharya who gave his life? Can I cheat? Cannot cheat them. I can cheat a small kid who's going in the street. I can tell something and then make out something out of it, thinking that I cheated that person. But we don't realize that there will be another person who will be cheating us. Please understand this, dear relatives. At every moment we are watched. That's why I always think, "Arey, what words are coming from the mouth, what consciousness we are manifesting. Arey, everything is impacted. Nobody is set free here. Everyone has to go through this. There is no other alternative in this world actually. There's no other alternative. We can do so many things in this world. Nothing will give satisfaction to the heart. Arjuna gave everything. He gave up everything. Still, he was not satisfied. You will not find any person giving up everything in this world. That means even after giving up also, there is no satisfaction to the heart. Because he did not do it for the pleasure of the Lord. As simple as that, period. That means what is the hope and scope in this world? Just like what Srila Prabhupada did, we should do that. Simply, ardently trying to please their spiritual masters. Hope in this world. There's no other hope in this world. That's what Srila Prabhupada did. His entire life is for that. Nobody was helping him, dear devotees. No one was accepting his words. He was giving back to God in magazines. People had money to buy tea. They had 25 cents to buy tea, but they do not have 15 cents to buy back to God in magazines. Just see, dear devotees, Prabhupada worked so hard, and people do not have 15 cents to buy that. Just understand, when Prabhupada received these kinds of answers from the people of this world, what would have went through into his consciousness? You don't see him dejected, but rather he was so much elated. He was happy in his heart and heart. When his own relatives cheated on him, he said, "My dear Lord, thank you for showing me this." One time, a person is not a disciple also. A person who first time came to the temple, he tapped on the shoulder of Srila Prabhupada and said, "Prabhupada, chant Hare Krishna." And he immediately picked up the beats and started chanting Hare Krishna. In that instance, what kind of person is he? Extraordinary, extraordinary qualities. We don't see anywhere else. I remember my spiritual master telling a very beautiful thing. He said, "The words of Srila Prabhupada are the words of the Lord." How? Because this person is very selfless. Because this person is not working for his thing. This person is completely on a pure flame. That means actually Krishna is coming and speaking through him. His spiritual master is coming and speaking through him. Because he gave himself so much. Devotion is so special, dear devotees. We have to come out of those four things, dear devotees. Please understand. Those four things are haunting us. The senses, imperfect senses, the senses can be purified when the senses are only used in the service of the Lord. Service of the Lord means service of the Lord, service of the Acharya, service of the spiritual master. They're all together. That means the senses completely has to be used for their pleasure. Then the Govinda, who gives pleasure to the senses, he gives satisfaction. See, Arjuna was in grief because he himself, that was his personal decision. That was not the decision of the Lord. It was his own personal thing. To maintain, to not to fight, to give up this battle, that was his personal thing. It is not a separate thing. It is not the thing which was given to him by the Lord. Lord never told him to not to fight. That was he himself. He want to do that. That is what is that? Is it a dependent? Is it a dependent desire? No, it's an independent desire. Is it in alliance with the Lord? No, it is not alliance with the Lord. Because he never inquired with the Lord about it. Dear Devotee, this is very interesting. Huh? If Arjuna would have inquired, he wouldn't have submitted. If he wouldn't have submitted, he wouldn't have received Gita. For example, if Arjuna just inquired, "Oh Krishna, this is what my heart is telling. My heart is telling not to fight. Do you think should I fight or not fight?" That's it. Krishna would have told, fight. That's it. Arjuna would have fought. That's it. It didn't happen. That means Arjuna was being given a chance fully, independently, before Krishna intervened into his life. Please understand this, dear devotees. Even in our life, Krishna gives us full independence. Krishna is giving us now. Don't we? Doesn't he? He's giving us. He's giving us that full independence. So that full independence, whatever we are doing, if that is not yielding right results, then only Krishna will enter. Up until that point of time, Krishna will not interfere. And Krishna will only interfere as per our desire. Otherwise, he will not enter. That means, how does he enter? He enters through Vaishnavas. My father is telling today, out of his love, he's telling, my dear son, hope you continue the science of Krishna consciousness more sincerely. Hope you don't turn back. Because you gave up your job, hope you don't turn back. Hope you accept this science more and more. Hope your relationship with your spiritual master continues like this, more and more. It will enhance more and more. That was, they have that, it is out of love. Because they want their son to be successful. Because it is important. That's out of love, right? And if a father is thinking like that, don't we see Krishna thinking for us like that? Exactly, Krishna will think like that. For sure. For sure. He will think, oh, will my child go correctly? If he's thinking like that for one child, doesn't he think for everyone? He thinks for everyone. Every devotee is doing a step further. He's thinking, oh, how will be victorious in that? Just like when Arjuna is taking a move towards the left side, Krishna is ensuring that the path is clear for him. When Arjuna is moving towards the right side, Krishna is ensuring that the path is clear on the right side. When somebody is throwing the arrow, Krishna is also ensuring that Arjuna is also hitting the arrow. Actually, who is fighting? It is Krishna only fighting through Arjuna. Please understand this. It's very important. It's the Lord, He Himself is fighting. Just imagine, dear devotees. Just understand. And if the Lord is ready to do for Arjuna, doesn't He do it for everyone? He's ready to do it for everyone. He's just waiting when we are turning to Him. It's the greatest thing. What is readily available? Do you understand? Dear devotee, He is readily available. Exactly is available. Doesn't go anywhere. He's sitting in our heart from life after life. As Chaitya Guru is dormant right now. Because our consciousness is not avruta. It's not like purified state. It's in the conditioned state right now. It has to come to that purified state, strengthened state. Then we see His presence. Dude, what is the mind? Even though if you practice 10, 15, 20 years, still it will tell wrong thoughts only. The maturity of the devotee, how the maturity of the devotee comes? The maturity of the devotee comes, how is he selecting those choices? And then through the selection of the choices, is he remembering his spiritual master? Is he remembering the acharyas? When he selects the choices through that remembrance, then what happens is he is in right track. That is the natural dormant Krishna consciousness. Because I remember many years back, a devotee practiced for 30 years. He's a proper disciple. I don't know the name, but he wrote, I think he named himself Anonymous. He wrote that in Back to Garden magazine many years back. And then in that he said, I don't know why he went on a cruise, but somehow he went on the cruise. And when he was going in the cruise, uh, there were desires manifesting in his heart, that to take wine, associate with opposite sex. Desires were coming in his heart. Then he said, I took the shelter of Shiva Prabhupada. I took the shelter of his words. And I intensely prayed in that cruise. And that cruise actually gave me an opportunity to do more introspection. He was there in this cruise, but he was not part of the cruise anymore. That was the choice which he selected. And later on, he proclaimed, even during the fag end of the life, Maya will test. That's a fact, actually, it's a true fact. That means these choices are there to us continuously. We are not victorious. We are choosing those right choices through the process of Shravana. When we're choosing those right choices through the process of Shravana, this is when you develop that luck, nice relationship with the spiritual master, bounded, thick relationship, Fevicol ka jod hai, very strong. Tutega nahi, very strong. Why? Because now we are actually leading our life as per his words. This is the placeholder to come out of this offense. These four defects. Please think about this. Please think about this, dear devotee. These defects are very. Oh, it's very difficult. We have them. That means the senses have to be completely used in their services. You remember what I said? Water, fire should be apart. Never be together. I remember my spiritual master telling, we should take the words of the spiritual master everywhere, 24 hours. When the words of the spiritual master is taken 24 hours, what happens? We will not commit any mistakes. Dear devotees, when we are not committing mistakes means we are not doing 10 offenses. Please understand. When we are not doing 10 offenses means, just means see the Shravana, how it is connected to Smarana. How this Shravana is connected to Kirtana. Chanting is what? Chanting of Hare Krishna mantra is what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. What is this? Kirtana. If we do not have enough power of Shravana, how can we do Kirtana? The mind is telling thousand things. If we don't know what to do during that time, then what will I chant? I always ask this question. Even today also ask this question. अरे क्या करेंगे यार 2 घंटे में? What are we doing in the 2 hours? What are we doing? We're spending valuable 2 hours of time in chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Do we just do like that? We need power for that. We need power booster. Like you remember when you were a child, we used to have those games, right? Mario games. They get that power. The moment Mario gets that power, it goes, it blinks, and then it goes without any obstruction. That means it flies off from one place to other. This should happen with us. in our consciousness. That means our mind should not be afflicted with anything. The mind should be solace. It should receive that solace that comes through Shama. It's very important. Please understand, Arjuna was kept in that state. So not an ordinary state. He was given that independence. He completely used that independence. He knows that he used it completely. He fully invested his intelligence, everything. Manasa Deyaga, Jogichumar, everything is invested. There is grief in the heart. Because in all that independence, in all that investment, there is no presence of the Lord. And this is a chance which is given by the Lord to us. But if we use that independence and then give our independence to Him, this is a part of perfection for us. There's a book also, Path of Perfection. Very beautiful book. This is perfection. That means what are we trying to do? We're trying to give our independence to them. Oh, my dear Lord, please help. No, really in a pathetic condition. Please help, dear Father. Very important. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. I'll pause here. Let us see if anyone has any questions, anything to add, any comments.
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandvat Pranam.
Om Hare Krishna.
I was sorry, my voice is my. Thank you for today's class. There was so much I learned, and with that, I also just had one question came to me that Arjuna had a relationship with Krishna. Still, initially, what he wanted was different from the Lord. So, if 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 what he if what Arjuna if he then the Lord made him realize what he wanted is um you know what the Lord wanted himself, but how would we know what Krishna what the Lord what if he's pleased with what action we are wanting to take? So how would we know if our action is in alignment with what the Lord wants?
Actually, thank you. Arjuna has a direct association with the Lord. So when the Lord descended, the Lord left Krishna Swadhamo Bhagata. When Krishna went back to the spiritual world, he manifested in Bhagavad. He came through Bhagavad. And not just he came through Bhagavata, he came through Bhagavata also. That means he gave us Bhagavata and Bhagavata. Bhagavata are the pure souls, our spiritual masters, Srila Prabhupada. They are the Bhagavatas. And Bhagavata. Bhagavatam is the epitome. Bhagavatam is the next study of Bhagavad Gita. So when the Lord, he left, when the Bhagavatam descended, along with Bhagavatas came, if our words are in alliance with them, Bhagavata and Bhagavata. If our words are in alliance with our spiritual master, then that is in alliance with Krishna. And that spiritual master should be authorized. It should be in the discipline succession. We discussed right about that. Very fortunately, we are in that. We received that. So when we follow their words, because they are not they are not here in this world. Our acharyas, they are not here in this world to make a livelihood. Please understand. Prabhupada was not here to make 1,000 crores or to open a big company, become a CEO of that. No, we don't see that. He is not running behind any of the phantasmagory of this world. That means these personalities are totally different. They are not among the common people. They're different. And when they speak, what do they speak? They speak the words of the Lord as is. No, Arjuna had an authorization from the Lord. We have an authorization from our spiritual master. But Srila Prabhupada also has this question. Swamiji, oh Krishna came 5,000 years ago. How do I know that? I'm following his words now. Prabhupada immediately said, what did Krishna say? Krishna said, Sarvadharman Parityajat Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. What am I saying? Sarvadharman Parityajat Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Krishna says, surrender unto me. What am I saying? Surrender unto Krishna. Surrender unto his followers. That's what I'm saying. What is the difference? Then all the disciples started to, oh, Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. It's wonderful. It's so pure. That's the whole point of Guru Parampara. Why Krishna established Guru Parampara? For this. To ensure that the truth is represented as is. The truth is descended as is. Oh, there might be changes as per time, place, circumstances, but the truth is not changed. Please understand this. It's like in the school of Christianity. Earlier it was thou shalt not kill, but later on they changed it to thou shalt not murder. That means earlier he said you should not kill any living entity. But now you can kill any living entity. You don't murder. Murder means murdering human beings. Kill means it can be animal also. They changed. That means now they proclaim you can eat any animal. That's okay. Don't worry. Enjoy. But he did not proclaim that. The first person who gave that, who established that person did not proclaim that. What happened later? It changed. What is happening? The truth got changed, obstructed. Now that is not an authorized sampradaya also. I'm just giving an example. There are only 4 authorized sampradayas. Nar sampradaya is one among them. That's why we are very fortunate actually, especially in the chain of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in the chain of Srila Prabhupada. We are blessed actually. We need to just follow their words as is. That means you need to be assured these are the words of the Lord. How do I know that? How do I get that convinced that these are the words of the Lord? Your heart will be satisfied. Your heart will be satisfied. You'll be very happy practicing the process of Krishna consciousness, taking the signs. That's an indication. Now, a person who is drinking, he will also tell my heart is happy. That is not happiness. That is illusory happiness. Happiness means it should be continuous. Illusory happiness comes and goes. That's the difference. It's very important. In illusion also there is happiness. In Rajoguna also there is happiness. Tamoguna also there is happiness. Sattoguna also there is happiness. But all this happiness, they are limited. They go. They don't stay. The happiness in the transcendental plane is continuous. Just like the happiness. Dear devotees, do you think that Arjuna didn't receive happiness while killing? Or he was very happy doing it? Do you think that Arjuna was like morose, fighting, or Hare Krishna bola, abhi fight karna hai. Chalo, fighting karenge. No, he was not doing like that. He was fully doing with full authorization, with full love, devotion. He was not morose. He was not in grief. That means when we do that process, and we take the process, our heart will be satisfied. Dear devotees, through that heart satisfaction only, sadhaka will come to surrender. That means to come or to bring a sadhaka to the plane of surrender is not easy. He should understand so many things behind it. One cannot just proclaim that, oh, I'm going to surrender. It will take time. That means, if, for example, if the sadhaka is not ready to even hear or even accept the process, then how surrender will come? It will never come. Today in the morning, our spiritual master was telling, oh, very alarming. He told us, if you guys do not develop a relationship with the spiritual master, thousand lifetimes will be here only in the material world. What does it mean? Thousand lives we will hear in the material world. That means when the relationship is not as accepted, then we will not take the process. We will tell, so many people will tell, oh, this place is very temporary, this is miserable. But accepting in the heart will not happen. Very important. These things have to be addressed. When we know these things, then what happens? That means this science is very practical science. It's not like foolishly we should accept. No, no, no. It is authorized. What happens in the authorization, in the discipline succession, what happens is you get that. You also get that. You also experience that. The experience has to happen. And experience comes through service. And we feel to do service through relationship only. There's no other way. There's no other way. Hare Krishna. Is that okay, Dharama?
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hope you're all right.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Anyone else would like to add anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Prabhuji, so as you explained about that four defects, and because we forgot our relationship with Krishna, that's why our these four defects are present on us. And Prabhuji, about that cow dung, when you gave the analogy of other animals who stool or urine, etc., with cows urine and cow dung, so is that you wanted to say that the consciousness between them, why the cow dung is called cow dung and it's very pure? We know, like Shastra's cows are our sacred, it's like a mother. But like in this analogy, how you can, I don't think I got the point, Prabhuji, properly.
Basically, why Srila Prabhupada used that example is Prabhupada wanted to show us that whatever is being written in the Vedic literature is very authorized. That
Okay.
means even though we don't know the details behind it, it is very authorized. That means if the Shastra say cow dung is pure, that means pure, we should accept. If the Shastra say dog stool is impure, we should accept it. It's impure. Now later on, if you do some research, do some understanding, you can figure it out, it is pure or impure. But what Srila Prabhupada is trying to mention is anything which is written in the Shastras, in the Vedic literatures, as per given by the Acharyas, is very authorized. That
Yeah.
means
Okay.
one cannot, that is a whole idea. That is a whole picture. That means these Shastras have to be fully accepted. That means, for example, I'll give an example here. Karmanyamadhikarasya mahapaleshu kadachi. The first one Krishna says, you just do the duty. If the people are just fixing to that one line, then on that name of the duty, he'll do anything. That means I can do this, I can do that, I can eat this, I can eat that, I can sleep like this, I can sleep like that, I can do whatever I want. Karmanyavadi. Krishna also authorized. Karmanyavadi. But the later line nobody would like to accept. What is the later line? Fully accepting that fully. Don't expect the results out of it. That is what Lord said. No? You shouldn't accept the results out of it. That is the most important. This result acceptance and rejecting of the results, how is it manifesting in what is? The relationship. I have to feel that, na. He's authorized, I have to take this. This is the full Vedic literature. Na? Accepting Vedic literature fully is this. So that is the whole point why Srila Prabhupada told that. The cow dung is impure. That means whatever Guru Sadhu Shastra is telling are authorized. Just like we took the other example, right? Ekadashi is very auspicious. It is pleasing the Lord so much. Just to be fast on that day to please the Lord, to please the Acharyas. Because Srila Prabhupada told us, or spiritual master told us to do this. We do it for their happiness. They told us to do fasting, we will fast for them. Now the scientists, they can tell, oh, they actually authorize it. Oh, you know what? Every 15 days, if you fast, it is good for you. It is good for the health. Later on, they can proclaim so many other things on that. But the primary focus is what? Whatever Guru Sadhu Shastra is telling, it is fully authorized. That's what Dara Mataji was also asking. How do I know that whether this is acceptance from the Lord or not? This is the way. Because Lord gave this now. Aporushayam. That means these are the authorized source. When that authorization is accepted, then what happens? The heart is satisfied. Then we feel connected internally. That means even though we are alone, still we'll be Krishna conscious. Once advancement in Krishna consciousness is revealed during thought-provoking situations. That means when does the thought-provoking situation comes? When he is alone. Now, whatever he is doing alone, that is what we are actually. That means our faith and conviction is actually tested at that time. If you are actually leading the Sattvic, if you are actually following the Acharyas, we will lead their life only. We will follow the Manusmarana. Just following them, their footsteps. If that reason, Prabhupada gave that example. That means anything which is written in the scriptures is perfect authorized. We might not know. For example, we might not know something, but we need to accept. Later on, we'll get that understanding in the heart. Is that okay, Bhaswati?
Yes, Prabhuji, very nicely you explained. Yes, whatever scripture says that is authorized. And so,
To come to that state also, it will take 10 years.
yeah.
To come to that state, fully understanding that yes, whatever scripture is telling, I'll fully accept. To come to that state also is not an easy thing, especially in Kali Yuga. Because Kali Yuga is so much, the mind is so much polluted. To come to that conviction, if the sadhaka gets that conviction, through the process of Shravan, if he gets that conviction, oh, it's great. It's a beautiful science. I remember my spiritual master telling, he asked his spiritual master, no, what is the best service I can do? He said, if you convince whoever is coming and hearing from you, if you convince them they're not devotees, your preaching is success. If he's convinced that he's not a devotee, it's a great conviction actually. See, if I'm convinced that I'm not a devotee, then I'll work to be a devotee. But if I'm already convinced I'm already a devotee, then I'll not work for that. That means he has to, that the sadhaka has to realize that, yes, definitely I'm not a devotee. Trinadapi is the nature. Then Trinadapi will come. I have to give respect to everyone, not accept any respect in return. Otherwise, that will not come. Otherwise, I'll do it superficially. Superficially, it will not help anyone. For example, if I give some respect to the other person superficially, it is not helping me, it is not helping the other person also. It has to come from the heart. That's why this acceptance has to come. Because through the varana, when that varana comes, then smarana will begin. Because until varana comes, smarana will not begin. So accepting the scriptures as is. When we hear from right source, we'll be able to accept. We'll get it in the heart, in the consciousness. Hare Krishna. Amma, is that okay? Baswati Amma? Hare Krishna. Anyone else? I think it's too late.
Oh, sorry, Prabhuji. Yeah, I was muted. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, yeah, it's
Hare
finished.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
No mental, like philosophical speculation. Is that case? In that
Correct.
case, it's a philosophical speculation, right, Prabhuji? Like,
Correct. Exactly. Exactly.
yeah.
Philosophical speculation will not give satisfaction to the heart.
Mm.
Never give satisfaction to the heart. Klesho adhikaristesham abhyaktasakta chetasam. Otherwise, this is an impersonal way of understanding the truth is not possible. We cannot do that. Cannot do that. Perfect. What you said is absolutely right. Thank you for bringing that up.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone else? I think I'll stop here. Dear Vamshiraj Prabhu, please take over the call and then.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class, especially going deep into the four defects of conditioned soul.